So I'm trying to put together a list of things that you can do to get the best grades possible, or the best quality books, if you will, and how to protect them on New Comic Book Day. If you'd like to have these tips, stick around. Welcome back, family, and anybody that's new, we're Ohana Comics. Ohana means family, and we're all one big comic book family, so that's why I say that. So anyway, what I'm trying to do is I want to make sure that people, when they get their books, I mean, even if you're not going to send them off and be graded, you still want to have the best quality that you can have, just even for your personal collection. Even if it was going to be a reader, if you were going through a dollar box and found, you know, two books exactly the same and you felt like reading them, wouldn't you grab the one that was slightly better condition than the other? Just because that's human nature. That's what we gravitate towards. So we want to keep the books in the best condition. We want to get them in the best condition. We want to keep them in the best condition. And if you want to send them off for grading, then this is your best chance to get those 9.8s that everybody covets. So here we go. First off, New Comic Book Day, make yourself a pick list. Okay? Go through videos, see what you want to have to get ahead of time. You don't want to go in there hitting, like, oh, maybe this and maybe this. Have some idea of the books that are coming out. There are a lot of resources out there. Check Comics with Bueller. Check, there's a lot of YouTube videos where people discuss their picks. You can go to the Diamond List. Most comic book stores have a pick list that you could pick ahead of time and have those books ready for you. I'm not in favor of that. I like to go through those books. Second tip, get there as early as you can. All right. I know that many people work, they go to school, and we get out of work at 5 o'clock. We go to the store. The store's already been open for 6 hours. Chances are the best quality books of the newest releases have already been taken. Doesn't mean that what's left is garbage. We can still, get good books. If you have a chance to go during lunch, that increases your odds of getting the books that you want to get in the best condition. Okay, so next tip, clean your hands. It's a simple thing. I've got graded books behind me that have lost grades, and it says in the grader's notes, fingerprints. So, duh. What I try to do, before I send off books for grading, okay, I got a jeweler's cloth, okay? It has two different textures on it. I'm not trying to clean the book, okay, for the purists out there. What I'm just trying to do is remove my fingerprints, okay? I'm just trying to remove my DNA from it, if you will. If you were going to sell a car, if you had a classic car, okay, and you were going to sell it, when you wash it, you would clean it. It doesn't change it from being original. Giving it a full paint job, that changes it. But if you could just wash it and clean it, then that's fine. And that's all I want to do with this, is just lightly remove the fingerprints. But from stage one, try to go with clean hands. Some people will actually go with the white gloves. That just prevents their fingerprints, their oils, from getting onto the page. Okay, so if you see somebody doing that, don't look at them like they're crazy. They actually are not that bad. I've got short, fat hands, so it's kind of hard for me to get gloves that fit me. Now, for the next step that I'm going to mention, you need to talk to the owner/manager of your local comic book store first, just to get permission. And I've already done that for mine, so I can do this week coming up. You want to ask them, as I take the books off, can I bag and board them? And the owner of the store that I go to said, yeah, a lot of people do. So great. So what I'm going to do is, I know that I'm taking 9 picks on my pick list. So I have together, ready to go, 15 bags and boards already ready to go. And the whole purpose of that is so as soon as I get the one that I like, I'm going to put it right in. And I recommend using the resealable ones, okay, that have like the gummy in the back. Yes, they cost a little bit more, but if anybody's ever lost a comic book or damaged a comic book with tape, just not quite getting it out of the way, then go right, then you'll know what I'm talking about. If you do have tape, I recommend just don't put the tape on, until you get home. Just leave it in like this and just fold it over. Because if they go to take the book out, if they want to check something, They might mess it up with tape. You might mess it up with tape. Not everybody knows to take the tape off and put it on the side of the bag. But the safest bet, though, is to get the resealable ones. And again, I'm picking up 9. I'm taking 15. Because I always find 1 or 2 more books. I'm like, ooh, I'm like a kid in a candy store. The second step is, once you find your the books and they're bagged and boarded, you want to put them into something. Don't want to just walk around with bags and boarded. I get myself a box. Okay, it's a Reggie Collects box. It has little magnetic tabs in it. It is specifically designed for this. Reggie Collects Soldier. Also, I mean, you don't have to get a Reggie Collects box. Okay, I think they're 2 for $28 on his website, and that includes shipping, and they hold 15 bags and board. You can go to Walmart and pick up something like this. Okay, just something that will give additional protection to those books. Okay, so as you get each one of these books, you're going to put them in, close them up. If you got a backpack, throw them in, throw it right into your backpack. Now, here's the key, though, is in finding the best book. Okay, so I don't remember who I saw this method from on a video months ago, but I've been practicing it, and I love it. A lot of people, they'll take books and they'll try to micro-check everything from book to book to book, and it's really, you're going to miss stuff that way. The best way to not miss stuff, okay, is you'll take yourself a whole stack of books, okay, with clean hands. You're not getting fingerprint, no eating potato chips, okay, and take all the books and line them up and just look at the top corner on every one of the books. And the worst book or the worst 2 books, you put them in the back. Okay? And the best book, you put it in the front. That's it. That's all you got to do. The worst 2 in the back, the best one in the front. Okay? Now you got to fan them out again. And you might have to sit on the floor and do this. Okay? That's why a lot of times you'll see people sitting on the floor. Now you're going to go and look at the bottom corner. They're the 2 big points of the bunny fuzz. And you'll take your worst book and put it in the back. And your best book and put it in the front. And you're going to continue doing this. You're going to check the other corner. You're going to line up and look at all the spines. Look at all the bottom edges. Look at all the top edges. This is the way that you're focusing on comparing one specific feature with all the books. And if you keep putting the worst one in the back and the best one in the front, by the time you're done, you will have the best overall condition book in the front of the stack. Okay, so you might want to at that point just double check to make sure. Oh, this is the one that had that absolutely horrible top left corner. That's where I started. So let me look at the next one. Yes, I guess that's pretty good. It'll get your best overalls in the front and your worst overalls in the back, and it'll help you. I mean, if you can go through 10, 15, 20 books. Okay, and remember, especially if they put their books onto a wire rack or any kind of a rack, make sure you check that bottom edge because sometimes they get damaged. Okay, the store that I go shopping at, he has a wire rack very similar to this because it's less expensive. And what happens is you wind up with the think, 2 little divots right in the bottom of the book. So if he's not careful, I mean, he could be careful, and then somebody else grabs a bunch and goes, no, I don't want that, boom, and pops it right back down, boom, bam, that's it. Okay, so that's why we use the backing boards. Okay, now, as you find your books, and you go to put these in the bag and board that you've brought along, the whole goal is to not have them taken back out again. So you've got to pay attention to where the UPC code is. On some books, you will find that the UPC code is in the back of the book. If that's the case, put the book in upside down. Okay, if the owner, when he scans that, he's going to see on his screen what it is. If for any reason he doesn't know, he can very simply take it out and go, oh yeah, I know what that one is. Okay. If he wants to see both sides, then maybe you just use boards. That's why it's important to talk to the owner or manager ahead of time. Okay, because he understands the idea of investment. He's not selling only new issues. I guarantee you he's got expensive books that he wants to take good care of. So that is the key, though, on that one, is to make sure that it is handled as little as possible as you're going on. Again, to make sure that after as soon as you're done with your purchase, you get it back in to your carrying container, your box. Some people will bring a magnifying glass if they want to see stuff. Go right ahead. If you're going to a show, okay, and you're going to be looking at older books, especially like Silver Age books, I've recommended this in the past. I will recommend it again for everybody else here. Bring a black light, a UV light, okay? These are not expensive. I think this was $9 shipped off of eBay. And it's a Gator cable. And I have one at my work that is like a $60 light. This one is actually better. I couldn't believe how good the quality of this was. And what you're trying to do here is you're going to look for foreign deposits on the cover, on the pages. So if, let's just say, there was water damage and somebody tried to clean it off, it will shine up like a Christmas tree. If somebody has touched up the ink, the cover, like there's, they try to do cover touch-ups. If you open the inside cover, you should see that ink bleeding through, especially on the Silver Age. The covers were very thin, so the ink is going to bleed through. If there's any question at all, again, hit it with this, and it will light up like a Christmas tree. Old tape marks, mold will light up also. These are things that if you want to get the highest grade, you've got to go arms into battle. Okay? So I hope that this information is beneficial to you. I hope that this somehow turns your 9.6s into 9.8s. Okay, we're all one big community here, and I really, really am looking forward to helping out as many as possible. And your comments as well. Throw your comments in the bottom if you have any other experiences or advice for not just me, but the community in general. And, again, we're all trying to come together as a family. And subscribe to the video would be wonderful. Sharing it would be awesome. Clicking on notifications, well, if you want to see my face pop up on your screen, that's your problem. No, but seriously, I'm trying to grow the channel, and I need your help to do it. And I appreciate all the help that I get and all the advice that I get, especially for people like Skeff and Reggie and Matt and, oh boy, the list just goes on. And I'm so proud to be part of this community. And as always, I'm out.